I thought it was all over.
This is your host, Nick McCandless. We're going to go in hard on my Carolina Panthers. I'm going to start off with this just overall review. Okay, you got some stuff here up on the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, you'll see it above me. If you're watching on our YouTube, video should be right next to me. I'm not sure which side. First thing I'm going to start is with this game. 24-10 ending. Heartbreaker of a game. I did think that we would get the win. I was expecting 24-21. You know, us both kind of get it going, but there's a lot of things that I'm going to focus on. For the beginning of this, I'm going to focus on the Atlanta side of the ball. Then I'm going to transition into my next portion, which is going to be my rant about the future of our Carolina Panthers based off of one game. Now, I'm going to shout out Rich Eisen here. He always does, overreaction Mondays and everything like that. So I definitely think this is a part of that overreaction. But in the same portion, I just think that we've seen a certain pattern with these Panthers, and it needs to be remedied now. First thing I want to start off with is Ritter. 15 of 18, 115 yards and a touchdown, took 4 sacks. He had a 28.9 QBR. A 111.8 rating, okay? Let's just quickly go to the other side of the ball, where I think Bryce Young actually played really well, minus what we're going to get into, which in my opinion is our receiving core. Bryce Young, 20 of 38, 18 missed throws. I mean, almost 50% complete, or just over 50% completion rate. 1 touchdown, 2 picks. The first pick, I think it was the first one, wasn't too bad. The second one was, it's going to happen. Quick safeties in this league. 14.6 QBR, 48.8 rating. That's not winning football, guys. I don't know what Carolina woke up and thought they were going to try and get away with, but it's certainly not that. We're not going to be able to win games. 20 of 38 I can get away with if he had 215 yards and we could actually get stuff going. But one of the first things I'll shout out on our side is Laviska getting 2 carries. Frank Reich calling him the next Deebo Samuel. He's not. He's not even a good wide receiver, let alone a good wide receiver running back combo. He hasn't proved that. And all we did was basically go out and go get the wide receiver 2 and 3 from the Jaguars. And we're going to expect that that's going to make a big difference? No. But again, I'm going to go in hard on my Panthers, I promise. Let's finish up Atlanta. Algier, 15 of 75. Bijan, 10 of 56. Algier obviously had those 2 touchdowns. Clutch if you decided to play him over Bijan. Not very many people did. I benched him in my 50 fantasy leagues. Did not play him in a single one over Bijan. So I obviously ate that had to take that on the chin kind of thing. Pitts, two catches for 44 on 3 targets. Mac Hollins, 3 of 4 for 31. Bijan, 6 of 6 for 27 and a tud. Algier, 3 of 3, 19. Drake London, 1 target, no catches. So you're telling me that a 26 carry, 15 completions is all it takes to beat the Carolina Panthers. Now, people are going to say the interceptions. Okay, interceptions are going to happen in this league. He's a rookie quarterback. If you get beat by 15 passing attempts and 26 rushing attempts, everybody can beat you. And we don't really have a first-round pick, I'm pretty confident. So what are we going to do next year? You got this win. You got it hard. You took some of my money in the process. But God, I don't feel like you guys really won that. I feel like Carolina just handed it to you. They just went, put on a silver platter, and just went, here you go. Take it from us. Like, the fact that this wasn't even really competitive blows my mind. A lot of people are going to say, oh, it was competitive. No, it wasn't really that competitive. I can't. The one thing that I will say, shining side on our side of the ball was, of course, Brian Burns like normal. I like Derek Brown, but Brian Burns coming in at clutch, even though we do not want to pay that man. Defensive side of the ball for Atlanta, 10 total tackles from Bates and Troy Anderson. Trey Flowers, not too bad. I mean, they got some people on the other side. Grady Jarrett. Good players. I wouldn't say they're the best. They're probably not even the best in their own division, but still a very serviceable defense that was able to take our Carolina Panthers and just drag them through the mud. Now, when it comes to the other side of the ball, I'm actually going to start on the defensive side because I think that's where we shine the most, even though we've lost by literally 2 touchdowns. Jaycee Horn, I'm sorry, my dude, you got to go. We're done. I'm a big man. I called out Year of the Horn. I called out all that. This man has glass in his bones. We're going to take something from Broussard where he called Garoppolo glass bones Garoppolo. I can't with him. I'm done. He is the bust of that draft. In my opinion, one of the biggest, considering he was taken 8th overall and has basically played nothing. He's the Trey Lance of our team, essentially, and I'm over it. JC, I'm sorry. You can't stay healthy for anything. But you're never going to be able to finish a year, and everyone's always talking about, like, oh, we're going to go get the bag and all this other stuff, and we'll get to that when we get to our wide receiver core that, again, ridiculous, but Horn's got to go. Horn's done. Don't give him a second contract. He's a wrap. Go trade him for a 7th-round pick the minute he gets healthy and go do something else. We could have gotten Isaiah Simmons and tried to convert him from a safety to a corner over this. It blows my mind. I don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand just all of this. And not only that, I mean, again, we're not paying anybody on the other side of the ball. I like the acquisition of Von Bell. I like Justin Houston. I like guys like that. Shaq Thompson, Chin, Luvu, all these guys, all the guys listed on here. I think they're great. But we're not really paying anybody, but yet we're going to make Brian Burns go into the first game without a guaranteed deal, without an extension. Then I got guys over here on my Twitter. I don't have his name because I don't want to put him on blast or anything, but there was a gentleman hitting us up on Twitter talking about, oh, man, y'all don't need to pay him and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, man, we're not literally paying anybody. We're not paying a quarterback. We have a rookie. We're not paying wide receivers because, I mean, nobody's getting $20 million, so I can't sit there and say, oh, we're paying a receiver. They're getting run-of-the-mill rates. We're going with Laviska. We're going with, Chark, Terrace, all those other guys. No offense, not a single one of those guys is a wide receiver 1, and you can at me if you think that they are. But Adam Thielen is a 34-year-old, injury-prone receiver that we gave a 3-year deal to. Laviska Shenault wasn't even the wide receiver 1 on his own team, but we're going to pay him a bunch of money. DJ Chark wasn't even the wide receiver 1 on his own team. Let's bring him in. I would have been honestly happier if we had just gone and gotten a bunch of rookies and everything, because they would have done a better job than our offense did in this game. We're going to come up here to these stats. Miles, 18 for 72. I like it. Probably should have been north of 25. Get rid of these stupid things going to Laviska. Until he can be a good wide receiver, he's not Deebo, so don't even go there. These are pipe dreams. Chuba is absolutely amazing, and I think that we should absolutely be utilizing him instead of using the stupid Laviska thing. Just be done with it. Stop trying to think outside the box. We clearly can't even get into the box. Like, I'm just over it, dude. I'm over it. I like Hayden Hurst. Not enough targets to him. 7 targets, 5 catches. Miles Sanders shouldn't be getting 6 targets, and if he is, then we need to get targets up on everybody else. What we need to do right now as my Carolina Panthers, and I'm going to say this as nicely as possible, we are in a massive growing pains problem right now. The growing pains problem is we got a newer owner, but we didn't change the front office. Now, personally, I think that Fitterer should absolutely be on notice. Every pundit online, every player, every fan, anything. If you like the Carolina Panthers, we should all be pounding the desk that Scott Fitterer actually does something worth a damn. Now, people are going to say, oh, man, he went out and he got all these players. You know what? I'm going to go pull up. We're going to go to the Panthers transactions from Panthers.com. Should be up on your screen now. We're going to go into March, which is just about that. We'll re-sign Jansen, got Sam Franklin, Bozeman, release Elfin. Then we go Hurst, Deshaun Williams, Shy Tuttle, Dalton, Von Bell, Justin McCray, Thielen, Sanders, Jark. You know who could have been in there instead of us going out and spending all this money on a Adam Thielen? How much did Adam Thielen get, by the way? Oh yeah, 3-year, $25 million, aka not top dollar money. So we're paying somebody to be a wide receiver 1 that is not actually even a wide receiver 1 and is being paid like he's a 2 or 3. So this doesn't make any sense. Here's the thing about Laviska. Hey man, he did great when they had they could just throw the ball a million times. So we're trying to diversify. We're trying to give Bryce Young a good running offense, give him the option for play action. But no, let's just go out there and pay a bunch of randoms. Like this one, I'm just going to get rid of. I can't stand Laviska right now. I'm disgusted by this game as a Panthers fan. Disgusted. The first thing we should be doing, I'm going to pull it up right here. Hold on. I'm pretty sure SpoTrac has it, but it's the NFL. Oh Jesus. Free agent tracker. It's SpoTrac. I'm going to pull up SpoTrac real quick while I'm waiting for this. This whole deal that we did with Chicago, I'm happy it got us Bryce Young. But these 2 of 2 for 12, Adam Thielen's hurt again. 2 of 2 for 16. Mingo, 5 of 2 for 17. Not happy about that, but I'll give the rookie the pass. 6 of 2 for Terrace. 6 of 4 for Miles. I'll give him that. He's a running back. I don't expect him to catch them all. But Hayden Hurst, 7 of 5. I'll give him the pass on that. He's the only one that actually caught a touchdown. So we're paying all these guys a bunch of money for them to do nothing. So let me come over here. We're going to come here. We're going to go to 2023. Just so in case you guys don't know, SpoTrac is amazing. I use this all the time. Oops. I'm going to come back over here. We should be exploring trades for some different wide receivers. Now, I think there is going to be a fire sale in a few places, one of which is Seattle. Seattle has DK Metcalf, who I think is going to be the one that's actually traded, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. They're not going to get rid of Jigba because he's a brand new player. He did have a little bit of a hand issue in preseason and training camp, but he's healed up now, and he actually had some decent catches in the game. The Bucks are going to probably start exploring Mike Evans because they're apparently not talking further about an extension as of right now. So Evans is probably going to be up there. I think that Cincinnati is going to have to make a decision because I think by the middle of the season they're going to be kind of in a weird spot. So they're not even going to be sure if they can make a Super Bowl run. So I would expect personally T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd to get shopped. I think that the Diggs thing is still a real deal, so that could be something that could change up at Buffalo. I think there's a few guys that are available. So personally, let me come back here to try this tracker again. Got 2023. I need available, and I need wide receiver. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is obviously there's going to be some names on here that are a little older. Oh, yeah, Julio Jones, the same age as Adam Thielen. We probably could get him for a few $1 million. Jarvis Landry, I like. Rager's all right. Mims is apparently hurt. There's some dudes on here. I'm not saying there's life-altering things. But if we can't get Shark and Laviska and all those other guys to actually show up, we need to get them out and go get one of these guys. I'd be happy with a T.Y. Hilton down here. Quintez Cephas. I can't believe I'm saying Laquan Treadwell, like Philip Dorsett, Chris Conley, like Demir Bird, Rashard Higgins, Rashard Perryman. Again, I'm a Mims fan from his time at college. I'm always going to say that. Crowder, I think he retired though, so I think that might be that. But there's still options here. But again, we could also take Laviska's very team-friendly deal that we've given him now, plus a third-round pick in the future. Or actually, let me see if we can check it. Carolina Panthers draft picks. The draft class. I want to know our total draft picks. It's going to keep telling me this. Picks. moving forward. Jeez, I can't even type. '24. We traded our pick to the Bears. So there's that. We'll have a second, a third, a 4. We'll have the Niners pick, which shouldn't be So to be honest, we could probably trade Laviska, a 4, and go get a Chris Godwin or Mike Evans. I don't think Evans is going to go for a 1. I'm sorry. I don't think that. I think DK could get a 1, but I don't think Tyler Lockett can get a 1. I'd rather us go out there and get at least somebody. I understand that I previously dug on Thielen for not being a 1, but he's an old number 1, if you want to call it. We should be exploring the opportunity of us getting somebody that is a little on the older side, but somebody that actually produces at a high level every year. Thielen had a huge drop-off with the acquisition of Justin Jefferson, and now with Addison up there, of course they didn't need him anymore. He's washed, and a 34-year-old washed. Now, if we were paying that just a few $1,000,000 a year, that's great, but we gave him a 3-year, half-decent deal, and he's already hurt again. So if that's the case, I'd rather do that on a Julio Jones who actually has that real high ceiling, so this way when I do have him in the game, he doesn't end up with 2 catches. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's me. But, yeah, moving forwards, I mean, we traded that one to the Bears in 2025. Okay, so 2026 is our first open everything. I'm happy with that overall. But we need to start doing something. This is a joke. That's a joke. We spent all that money to establish a run game and could only get maybe 50% of our passes completed. That's poor separation. That is solely on Scott Fitterer and the front office. The front office needs to change. And to be honest, if it doesn't change, it doesn't really matter what we want to do in the future. We are absolutely handicapped by our receiving core. And until Jonathan Mingo and Terrace decide to, become superstars, they're our only hope. Because if we're betting on Laviska and Chark and Thielen, then, maybe the Jaguars and the Vikings would have gone somewhere previously when they were in their prime, but they're not in that anymore. So Laviska, you can try to keep getting the bag. You don't deserve it. DJ Chark, you can keep trying, but you do not deserve it as of right now. Both of y'all, Thielen, you didn't deserve it. We paid you off of what you were in Minnesota, not who you're going to become. Because honestly, as we get older, recovery doesn't get better. Injuries don't get less frequent. So I think this is just a death knell essentially for us. And with all of that, I'm going to go through here real quick. We're going to go to our page, and I'm going to repick our schedule based on this game. We're going to lose to New Orleans, Seattle, Minnesota, Detroit, Miami. So going into week 7, I bet if we win a game, we would be surprised. I think we will come out of the bye and lose to Houston, Indy, might be able to beat Chicago depending on where they're at. We're going to get smoked by Dallas, given their just shellacking they just gave the Giants, 40-0. Tennessee, hopefully we can beat Tennessee, but we'll see. Tampa, no. New Orleans, no. If we win 3 games, 3, I'll be happy. But I don't even think that that's on the board anymore, and for that, I am a sad, sad Panthers fan today. So, for all my fellow Panthers fans out there, keep your heads up. We're going to get through this. Just going to take some time. We need to make some moves. We need to get a better wide receiver in there. I know it might sound crazy, but turn that division upside down by brokering the trade for Mike Evans, get him in there, and then broker the trade or broker the signing of Julio Jones and really turn that division upside down. Be like, we took one of the best Bucs receivers. We took arguably the best Falcons receiver. We're going to bring him on our team. We're going to turn this division upside down and really give Bryce Young the tools to succeed instead of the random Lego pieces that were left in the back of the closet. So for that, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of the day. This is Nick with Roll Coverage. We're out.